planning partner of BNB. I'm a former Vodafone customer actually, for quite a few years. In all that time, I suppose my impressions were that I had really good functional service, and I felt I had a kind of coverage advantage, if you like, versus competitors. Though in all those years I built up no actual relationship or particular affinity or affection towards a brand. It was read and reliable, and in the early days would absolutely sting you if you went abroad, but that changed. So against the new brand promise of empowerment, I'm going to go and become a customer again and give my impressions of how the brand stacks up to that promise. So I'm going to go to Vodafone on Longacre, and I suppose, what's the best way of me checking out this claim? I think I'll be looking for the ability of the retail experience to make me feel that the products fit around me, versus I've got a series of tariffs to buy with different lumps or bundles of stuff in them. But I'm going to keep it quite open and just sort of see what the shop assistants do, really. Okay, now here's the store. So I just went to the Vodafone Longacre store, and it was really quite busy. I think maybe it's people coming out, popping in on the way home from work. So I couldn't really find anyone. Waited around for about 10 minutes, didn't get any attention, which didn't especially feel like there's power to my elbow. That said, what my impressions, I was overhearing some of the sales staff, and one of them was really excellent actually. What he was doing was, I suppose he was kind of decluttering the category, and he was helping the people he was serving to get to the things that really mattered to them, whether it was capability on the phone, how many minutes, etc. And he did it in quite an expert and human way. He was the best of them. He sounded Dutch, and he was very good. The rest of the staff seemed a little bit more classic, slightly shark-like, aggressive sales, phone salesperson. Other impressions, like all mobile phone retailers, it's there's a hail of bullet points, and you get a strange combination of kind of human lifestyle imagery and lots of impersonal factoids about various phones and various tariff plans, etc., etc. And I'd imagine one of the real difficulties in terms of retail presentation is that consumers want these kind of ready reckoners in terms of phone capability. Yet you end up creating a space that's rather frenetic and frantic and cluttered and kind of intimidating. It encourages a kind of hunter-gatherer form of shopping, where you want to get in and out as quickly as you can. You want to have done research on the internet before you go in. You want to be well armed, if you like, and I think the notion of empowerment has this interesting tension between choice and I suppose enablement. Often it's easy to think of empowerment as having lots of choices, and I don't think it is. It's more about being enabled to do things that you couldn't do before. So what you get in the retail presentation in a Vodafone store is lots of choice and the minute details of how to make those choices. What you get less a sense of is what you might be empowered to do with those things. But I'll come back tomorrow and I'll try again when it's less busy, and hopefully I'll get the nice Dutch guy.